Hello, my name is Ryan Bain from Webtechglobal, and this is the CSV to Post plugin for WordPress. CSV to Post is the most advanced CSV importer for WordPress. The reason being, we have two distinct features or approaches that stand out in comparison to other CSV importers. One of them is the fact that we import data to the database into temporary tables where we can manipulate and prepare the data prior to actually using the data and inserting that data to your actual WordPress tables. That approach allows many other features and advanced abilities that are important when we want to get it right, get our data right, and make our data the best it could possibly be for creating the best blogs. And that is obviously all about SEO and making your blog look less auto-blogged and more natural. The other feature that is different in CSV to Post is the interface. The interface has a sandbox approach, although we do have a step-by-step system that is currently in a beta phase. Much like other plugins which have a step-by-step system, we offer a sandbox approach where the user can basically move around the plugin, pick the features they want to use, and they can come back and change settings even while their actual project is ongoing. And when they change those settings, the settings update and so on. That is the two main differences. I suppose you could say another difference is the interface. We've put a lot of work into the interface because we are working with a lot of data and advanced concepts, and there is a lot more to come that will make it very clear why we went with the interface that we have and not stuck with a WordPress styled interface. Now, this video is all about introducing you to the overall plugin. It's not a tutorial that will explain how to or what best to do in certain circumstances of projects and so on. So I'm going to run through everything, and this is a video that should tell you whether or not this is a plugin for you. Now, here we are on the welcome screen. Not a lot to it, it's just the install button that we have to use, and I'm going to go ahead and install the plugin. Now there, the first screen we have is the ECI screen, Easy CSV Importer. That is the feature I've already mentioned that offers a step-by-step approach, and that step-by-step approach allows us to stay on this screen here if we use it. Now I'm going to make a separate video for that, so I'm not going to use it here. What we're going to focus on is the overall plugin, and the overall plugin is really about the sandbox, sort of the wider layout and everything sort of laid out in front of you. Now the next screen I'm going to go to is updates, just to show you where you can monitor changes to the plugin in terms of versions and so on. We even have an RSS feed there for the jobs that we put on Freelancer, in the hope that people who use the plugin and get to know the plugin may be interested in working with us. Now I'm just going to skip the settings and go to easy configuration questions. I want to point this page out because it's an indication of how far we are taking support especially for non-developers. We want to create a system where users can answer a list of questions and configure the plugin to suit their needs without knowing all the jargon. So we don't want to push jargon in users' faces with the normal settings approach that we find in most plugins. Instead, we ask questions that try to get around that jargon, and I should say this is a sort of prototype approach. It hasn't been used extensively yet, and there are also some questions in there that help us gather a little information about you, such as the one down here. Would you like new version updates in our Twitter tweets? That would allow us to display version updates in tweets on the plugin interface itself, or hide them depending on your answer. By answering yes, it would also tell us that you use Twitter, and obviously that allows us to gather information about what type of service you would like from us. Now at the moment that information isn't communicated to us in any way, shape or form. That will be communicated using web services, SOAP web services and so on. When that happens, users will have to sign off on that. We won't do that without permission or sneakily and so on. Now I'm just going to move on to schedule. This is a big interest to most users. Here we have an area where we can indicate the days we want to allow the schedule to run and the hours. So that's a very simple approach right there. And this is obviously on a loop. So this is on a week-to-week basis. Here we have schedule limits. We can maximise and limit the activity that goes on in the blog, and we could either make things happen quickly because we want to get the blog finished, or we can go for a sort of more natural approach by selecting lower numbers and so on. We also have different event types within the schedule, so it could be post updating, data import. Right now we have some Twitter options there, even though the Twitter is in a beta stage, so don't expect that to be happening anytime soon. Basically it's the idea of tweeting as we create posts. Now I'm going to move on to your data, and I need to start actually doing things because we are limited by the time on a YouTube video. So I'm just going to begin doing things, discuss what I'm doing a little less. Each feature and panel, as we call it, these are all panels, they will have their own videos in time, so don't worry about that. Now I've just imported a CSV file. I'm going to put a job name in there, click out of the box to let the Ajax process do its thing. I'm just entering some information about the file. Now you see I entered columns, 12 columns, so you do have to know how many columns is in your file. Now at the moment I have a setting on that basically keeps me on the screen low down, because I know the messages and so on, so it keeps me lower down. Now I'm just going to skip past these, flick through them and go to advanced import. I want to import 5 rows, even though there are more rows in my file. Click submit. Now if you look up here, you see everything is laid out clearly and confirmed. We have table to table feature for moving data from one table to another. I'm going to click on your projects. Now this makes it very clear that we have not yet created a project. That is to stop users from going onto other screens. And if I just type M, you'll get my project. And what I want to do is come down here to my data import. That's the table I just created. Select that. Now we can select more than one table and use data from more than one table to create posts, but I'm not going to do that. That's another video on its own, because it is quite an advanced feature. Now you see that this indicates 5 records and the table has not been used. If we come down here, we have select mapping type. That's for updating, which we're not using in this video, so we'll skip past that right now. Ping status and comment status. I should mention those settings there do not change the default in your blog. They apply the settings to posts created in this project alone. And I should also mention they are the comment and ping status in relation to WordPress itself, not any sort of ping that happens on behalf of CSV to post. Now that's the project created. Next we create content. Now all of these features require videos on their own, extensive tutorials. So I'm just copying and pasting my tokens. I have a bad control button right now. So I've copied and pasted the tokens into my template. The best way to work is on this tab and work with the source, because that is where things actually happen. These tokens are replaced by actual data, and we can put these tokens into HTML. So put the tokens anywhere you like in HTML, wherever you want your data to appear. I'll quickly name my template. And I need to be swift because we have 15 minutes and it is approaching 10 already. So there I've selected post page content, and I've not done anything special with the template itself. I've just listed all the tokens and ideas to show that they are all replaced by actual data. Now if I come in here, I could set up a title. I'll have to be quite quick. I'm going to go with product name from only, and if you haven't noticed, I'm from Scotland, so I'll put a pound sign. I'm sure you have noticed. Right, so I'll paste the price column token in there, and I'm saving my title template. And what happens is these templates get automatically set up as defaults, and we have these other features here because we can do a lot more with title templates, such as randomize them and things like that. Now we have a lot of screens here. I don't have time to go through them all in this video. You will recognize most of them, especially things like categories and custom fields. Custom fields, I would like to mention, the custom fields can be advanced. We can include template designs in those as well. Custom fields allow us to work with any theme, so the plugin does work with any theme. However, we do have the other theme support tab for just that extra support for the themes that are popular, and we can add more theme support on request. I think that's basically the minimum required use on this screen. That was 3 tabs there. Alright, then we go on to your creation. And obviously these are quite basic posts I'm creating because I haven't set up categories, I haven't set up custom fields. I never went to the images tab for featured images and so on. Now on the your creation, we have the create category screen. It's telling me no category settings, which is fine because I never set any up. I would just like to click on the little video here because I haven't done that yet. And then here we have a video and we can watch categories being created and stuff. I'm not going to do that because it could be a wee bit confusing watching 2 YouTube videos at once. So yeah, that video is on YouTube. Now, create posts, here we are. I'm going to select 2. I have 5 records. I'll select publish and submit. Now these dialog boxes can be hidden. We can hide these. It is a good idea to use them for the first day or 2 when you're working with the plugin though. So here we have post creation went smoothly. Right now it's a basic information that is displayed after post creation, but there is login and things like that. If you want more information, what it does indicate is the last post ID that was created. That alone can be a great help. And if it says it's 60, so if I just come up to posts, here we have my title 1 from only £10 right there. That was created 1 minute ago. Now I should make clear that my title 1, that obviously wasn't in the title template itself. That is my actual data. It's not any data on a particular subject such as products or so on. I prefer to have quite generic data so that we don't get into the idea that we need to use specific features or use specific types of data. And what I should do is really view the posts. And here we have my actual one record from the record that was used to create the post, and all the values were listed just as I listed the tokens. So you can imagine these URLs and the image being used on the HTML side of things and being used to display an image and so on. And it's that simple. I think I just basically showed you just how quick you can import a CSV file, import data, create posts, and from there what we can do is come back to CSV to post for a moment. If I just go to your projects, we can come back to this screen where we have all these great features, such as, well, in the premium edition we have text spinning. Some features have to be activated for the sake of, well, we've hidden them for the sake of making the interface lighter. And there you go. So we can come back, edit them, and making those changes will update the posts we already have and so on. And that is it. That is CSV to post. I'm sure you're quite interested and eager to get installed. Alright, thank you very much for watching.